to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And I'm Chuckalicious, Chuck Williams.
And joining us today is Miss Marlissa and Shelley. They're with the Alzheimer's Group Association here in Amarillo. Tomorrow's a big day for them. Their walk kicks off bright and early at Hodgetown. Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest event dedicated to care, support, and research of this disease. And, you know, it's sort of like, it's almost like cancer.
It is.
It's hard to say you don't know anyone who hasn't been affected by this. I mean, there's
I
signs, and
agree. Yep.
you look at some of the statistics. While they're making great progress in research, we've heard things about an Alzheimer's drug. We start seeing the numbers. The people suffering from it are getting younger and younger, and so the need is there. It's urgent now to support this organization. Ladies, thank you for being with us this morning. Tell us a little bit about going forward. What the association is trying to do. What kind of platform do they need for Alzheimer's and its umbrella effect over dementia and other diseases?
Well, as of right now, Alzheimer's affects over 4 million people, and 1 out of 3 people will be diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia. We still don't have a cure. However, we have treatments and therapies that we offer, and early detection is always the key here. If through the Alzheimer's Association and the support, we have been able to help a lot of people, find it early and prolong the disease. And we still don't have a cure, but that's what we're working on, and we're just going to fight until we find a cure.
So, as David mentioned, I mean, it's affecting people younger and younger. And I personally know of a family that just kids in their 20s are being affected. How invasive is this disease?
Well, it's hard to tell because it affects the brain, kind of like it's a plaque on the brain, and we really don't know why or that. Again, we're still trying to find why or what has caused this to at least affect earlier onset, I guess you could say. We've seen people as young as, like you said, 20 with the disease, and we're still trying to figure out if it's genetics, if it's other things like that.
And it worries me personally, because even with some of the crazy stuff I do, it makes me wonder if, hey, it could be me, What are some of the particular signs that you guys, that the association is looking into?
Marlissa, do you want to answer that?
That's a great question. So dementia and Alzheimer's in particular, they're progressive diseases. And so really the best way that you can tell the difference is to go get tested. There's some testing you can do. The Alzheimer's Association focuses on research, and all of the funds that we raise go to research and locally. And so the best way is to go get tested to make sure that you're not just having general aging, that it is really Alzheimer's.
This presents a unusual setup when we talk about Alzheimer's disease. If you look at the national numbers, about 6 million Americans suffer from some sort of form of this, and 11 million family members. In Texas, about 400,000 people suffer, and about 1 million caregivers. There's a lot of strain put on those support groups, those support
Right.
avenues. How does the association kind of strengthen and bolster those people who are part of caregiving? Because it's a tough gig caring for someone with Alzheimer's.
Well, Amarillo has a lot of support groups that we offer through the Alzheimer's Association. We are ramping that up big time because we've seen a huge need for that. We encourage people to go on alzheimers.org and look for support groups there. Also, our Facebook page, we have a bunch of things that are going out there. but I know we are really ramping up caregiving support groups because it's really hard on the families, sometimes harder on the family than the actual person suffering with the disease.
Do you have best practices or prevention tips that you recommend to people that don't want to progress into this?
Routine. Routine is key. And just being educated on every little thing. I do a lot of support groups, and a lot of elderly people think just because they forget their keys that they've got Alzheimer's, and some of that is normal aging. But to be mindful of things like if you're forgetting to eat, or if you're forgetting to pay your bills, or if you get lost coming home from church, things like that. But routine is very key to doing the same things the same time every day. We've seen that that's been huge with someone with Alzheimer's and dementia to, thrive as long as they can.
And if you don't know and you're not sure, reach out. Go to alz.org and get in touch with somebody. Reach out to the local support group. It's okay to ask questions. We want you to ask questions.
Absolutely.
The way I'm looking at it for myself, okay, I go to my doctor. What's my primary care physician going to tell me that could help me beat this disease, or at least be aware of it, that I might have it or might not? I mean, you don't expect that of your primary physician, or do you?
We're probably in West Texas not diagnosing enough. Just because there's not enough awareness about it. So for sure, if you feel like, it's more than just forgetfulness, like Shelley said, you're not just forgetting your keys, you're forgetting important things. If you, often we see people look more disheveled. So guys, if y'all see him come in and he's forgot his suit coat, then tell him to go see his doctor. But your doctor's, there's some tests that you can do. There's many mental tests. And so it's okay to go in and say, hey, I feel like I'm being more forgetful than usual. And there are some quick little 10-15-minute tests that your physician can do. And I think that going and asking, I'm concerned about this. Can you give me the test for Alzheimer's? It's just a quick office test. It's not the testing of the blood, but it's just a quick office test. I think it's important to do that.
Can you tell us what's going to take place tomorrow at the walk?
So tomorrow we are having our annual walk to end Alzheimer's at Hodgetown, and we want to invite everybody, kids, everybody, families. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have all kinds of booths set up, fun things to do. Registration is free. You just go to alzheimers.org, or you can sign up at the gate. So we really, really, really want to ramp up our, people knowing about Alzheimer's, and at least trying to bring that education to the Amarillo area.
If you are suffering from this illness, or you have a family member or friend and are looking for support, or are looking for some answers, sometimes it's just the key of where you need to go next and what you need to do, please give them a call at 806-414-4402. The event kicks off bright and early tomorrow morning at Hodgetown. In the only way we can even have a hope of tackling this issue is by support and by research and by being there for people and being there for those people who are caretakers. There's nothing worse than seeing someone you loved and admired and held in esteem in their decline. It's devastating feeling. But through their work, they're making the journey a little bit easier. The walk for Alzheimer's kicks off bright and early tomorrow morning. If you're in need of help or you want more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association of Amarillo, right here in Amarillo, Texas, 806-414-4402. Or you can go to their website, of course, at ac.alz.org. Your support is needed to battle this. Ladies, thank you so much. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Anytime. We're going to take a quick break. We're back with more chat right here on Newsday Amarillo